world moves fast. Your workday, even faster. Pitching products, drafting reports, analyzing data. Microsoft 365 Copilot is your AI assistant for work. Built into Word, Excel, PowerPoint, and other Microsoft 365 apps you use. Helping you quickly write, analyze, create, and summarize. So you can cut through clutter and clear a path to your best work. Learn more at Microsoft.com/M365 Copilot.
This episode is brought to you by Cologuard. If you recorded songs off the radio for a mixtape, it might be time to screen for colon cancer. The Cologuard test is non-invasive, requires no special prep or time off, and you start screening right from your home. It's just 3 simple steps. Set up, sample, and ship. If you're 45 or older and at average risk, ask your doctor about the Cologuard test. Available by prescription only. Learn more or request a prescription at Cologuard.com/podcast.
Cornerback 2 might be locked up. Wide receiver 1 might want out. Some new job titles. So much happening with the Philadelphia Eagles. Let's talk about it. Welcome to the Eagles Checkdown, the fastest under 10-minute Eagles podcast there is, covering news, notes, and opinions on your favorite football team, the Philadelphia Eagles, jointly produced here by the Eagles Pinpole Podcast Network and the STT Sports Network over on YouTube. Guys, I'm your host, Phil Stiefel. As I say every day, it's like a broken record. Hit the buttons on your screen. Like, share, subscribe, follow. Whether you're watching video or listening to this audio style, hit the buttons wherever they are so we can continue to grow these 2 great channels. And, of course, tune into Trending in the AM, the best morning show in Philadelphia, live 8 a.m. for 90-plus minutes of sports talk every single Monday through Friday. It's on the STT Sports Network. I got it linked below wherever you're watching this, guys. So since we last talked, the Eagles signed a much different version of a cornerback for cornerback 2 for this upcoming season. Riq Woolen from the Super Bowl champion Seattle Seahawks, 26-year-old, will be 27 when the season starts, will be the new starting cornerback 2 opposite Aquinya Mitchell and slot corner Cooper DeJean. It's a big, bold move. It's a 1-year deal, $12 million, up to $15 million with incentives. Still, 24 hours later, there's no details on the guaranteed money that have been released. But the Eagles went out and took a big, bold swing. Howie Roseman went out and got a guy that is, in theory, leaps and bounds better than Adoree Jackson and Kelee Ringo combined. It's not to say that Riq Woolen is not without his flaws, and we'll get to them in a second. But this dude was a guy that in his rookie year 4 years ago was 3rd in Defensive Rookie of the Year. He was an All-Pro as a rookie, a Pro Bowler, 6 interceptions. Problem is, he slightly regressed each year after that. Now, on a side note, Clint Hurt, our defensive line coach, was his defensive coordinator his rookie year, but not the regression year. So that's something to think about. Riq Woolen is a big 6'4" beast of a cornerback, a guy that's a ball hawk, a guy that's just going to make big plays. But with a big play ball hawk comes inconsistencies, comes getting beat sometimes, becomes out of place at times. He was a guy that last year regressed so much that he got benched for former Eagle Josh Jobe, who then turned around and late in the year into the playoffs did really well for Seattle. So it's a great move, and Eagles fans are rightfully excited because it's not Adoree Jackson, who I love, and think he gets crapped on too much. But the guy's a really, really strong upgrade over, Adoree Jackson. He does have some penalty issues. He had more taunting penalties last year, 3 of them, on himself, and he wasn't even a regular full-time starter all year. No team in the NFL had more than 3 taunting penalties last year, and he had 3 himself. So it's something to worry about. I was listening to clips from Ross Tucker on Wednesday, and he talked about that a lot, that with the great that you get with Riq Woolen, you also got to worry about some of the bad that comes with him. So let's temper expectations. He is your 3rd best cornerback on the team. He'll be your starting outside guy, but he's the 3rd best cornerback still on this team. But it's a classic Howie move. Get a guy on a 1-year prove-it deal, a guy that has potential but is kind of fallen off. Let him come here under Vic Fangio, who is a disciplinarian, can shape him into a star and a mature player that he needs to be. And if he does, he can go out and get a big-time contract next offseason. We'll pick up a comp pick. Done deal, right? So I love that. It's a great move. I'm excited for Riq Woolen to be here in Philly, and I think it's great. Also, we did lose Josh Uche and Azeez Ojulari. Uche went to the Dolphins. Ojulari to the Falcons, 2 more Eagles flying the nest. I actually thought Uche would have been maybe in the cards, again, as a 1-year depth edge position. Obviously, he wanted to go somewhere where he could play more with the Dolphins losing so many players. It's an opportunity for him to get snaps, so to speak. So there's that. Another big piece of news with the Eagles, Dallas Goedert, whose contract was supposed to void on Wednesday, and us incur a $20 million dead cap hit, whether we re-signed him or not. The league gave the Eagles till Friday to get a deal done, so they pushed that date off, which means because the Eagles did on Tuesday night announce the signing of Grant Calcaterra. Yay! Woo! Grant Calcaterra's back. And the Carolina Panthers blocking tight end Johnny Munt. Both were signed, but neither of them are starting tight ends. 9 of them are tight end ones, right? So this is a big thing for the Eagles to have an extra 48 hours, try to negotiate a deal with Dallas Goedert to bring him back in the fold. And this extension of the contract being voided, it's huge for the Eagles. It's huge for Dallas Goedert. Obviously, there doesn't seem to be a huge market for Dallas Goedert because there's still no rumors, or this has always been in the cards and they've been working this out, this entire time. So that's a big thing right there because we can't go in with Calcaterra and Johnny Munt. The honest thing with Johnny Munt, who has connections with Chris Cooper and Sean Mannion, new coaches on our staff. Interesting thing there. Over the last 4 years, he's been in the league 9 years, but over the last 4 years, he, as a blocking tight end, has more catches than Grant Calcaterra has in his career. So that's really interesting. The Eagles announced all their coaches and the titles of their coaches. Some interesting notes. I'm not going to go over them all. Joe Casper is now the defensive passing game coordinator, not the safeties coach. Mike Pellegrino is just the secondary coach, no specific position. Jared Johnson we brought in a week or two ago. We didn't know what his job is. He has been announced as the senior offense assistant / special projects for the head coach. Weird way of just saying another offensive mind in the building. Joe Panazzulio has been added the director of team relations title. Tyler Scooter promoted to assistant linebacker coach. And, of course, the big one to me, Clint Hurt has been added to his title of defensive line coach. He is now the associate head coach. That, to me, just spells that the Eagles are planning on making him the next defense coordinator whenever it is Vic Fangio retires. You do this associated coach thing to somebody that you don't want to lose, so you give him a little bit of pay raise, a little extra title to his name, a few more responsibilities, and then give him the promotion when the time comes, when Vic calls it a career, whether it's after 26 or whenever. So I like that. One final little note here. There's lots of rumors around the NFL, lots of free agent things happening. Too much to get into in a short little 10-minute podcast. That's why you tune into Trending in the AM every single day, live at 8 a.m. for 90 minutes. But per Adam Schefter, and this is the big one. We've been waiting for this one all offseason, right? Per Adam Schefter, this is a quote from John Clark's Twitter account. They would rather not move him, even though he would like to be moved. And they're not going to move him until they get what they feel is a fair price. That is Adam Schefter's quote from John Clark on one A.J. Brown. This is the first time a real reporter, not a podcaster, not a content creator like me or a Twitter keyboard warrior like me, says, I hear this or I hear that. No, this is Adam Schefter, one of the most respected names out there, putting this out there into the world that A.J. Brown does want to leave Philadelphia. But also putting it out there, Eagles aren't going to do it cheap. You want them, you can have them, but you better pay our price. So does that change the situation? I don't know. I still think Howie is holding off till post-June 1st, A, for the cap hit, but B, to get just 2027 draft picks in what's, considered to be a much deeper draft class. It was reported, I think I mentioned on yesterday's show, the Eagles did host their first top 30 visit before the draft, and coincidentally, it was one of the top wide receiver prospects, Omar Cooper from Indiana, who is going to go in the first round. So maybe the Eagles are prepping for the loss of A.J. Brown. Maybe the Eagles are thinking A.J. Brown will be gone. Who knows? It's interesting to actually hear it put out there by a real legit media person and not just a made-up account like Dov Kleiman or something like that. So it's interesting. It's something to think about. Why can't we all just get along? Why can't we just all hug and kiss and be friends? I don't know. But that's what I got for you today. We'll be back tomorrow, I'm sure, with more rumors, more notes, more things happen around the NFL and with the Eagles. But for now, everybody have a great night, great day. Go Birds. Bubbles up.
Membership means more with American Express Business Gold. Earn 4 times membership rewards points in your top 2 eligible spending categories every month, including eligible U.S. advertising purchases and select media, and U.S. purchases at restaurants, including takeout and delivery. What are you waiting for? Get the card that flexes with your spending every month. Terms and points cap apply. Learn more at americanexpress.com/business-gold. Amex Business Gold Card. Built for business by American Express.
Starting a business can seem like a daunting task, unless you have a partner like Shopify. They have the tools you need to start and grow your business. From designing a website to marketing to selling and beyond, Shopify can help with everything you need. There's a reason millions of companies like Mattel, Heinz, and Allbirds continue to trust and use them. With Shopify on your side, turn your big business idea into... Sign up for your $1 per month trial at shopify.com/special offer. This episode is brought to you by Indeed. Stop waiting around for the perfect candidate. Instead, use Indeed sponsored jobs to find the right people with the right skills fast. It's a simple way to make sure your listing is the first candidates see. According to Indeed data, sponsored jobs have 4 times more applicants than non-sponsored jobs. So go build your dream team today with Indeed. Get a $75 sponsored job credit at Indeed.com/podcast. Terms and conditions apply.
Instagram teen accounts have automatic protections for what teens see and who can contact them, plus time management tools. And Instagram will continue adding built-in safety features to help create age-appropriate experiences. Learn more about teen accounts and Instagram's ongoing work to protect teens online at instagram.com/teen accounts.
Hey, it's Sterling K. Brown from the Hulu original series Paradise. The next chapter begins as Xavier's search for his wife takes him above ground, and what he finds will change everything. It was never just about the bunker. Tune in and discover the truth lies outside. Paradise, the official podcast, is now streaming, and stream Paradise on Hulu and Hulu on Disney+.